Hello, lovely people. In the spirit of a Valentine's Day here today, I'm going to talk about what I have observed about marriages that are successful and ones that fail. And even if they don't fail, they don't feel successful. So I have actually coached a lot of people in their marriages as well. So I've been able to observe that too. So I've been with my husband almost 5 years, and we have been married for 4 of those years. And I can honestly see we don't really fight. And, some people say, you need to fight to have passion and all of that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, I think you can disagree on things, but I don't think fighting is a healthy aspect of a relationship personally. And so these are a few of my things that I feel like we have a successful relationship because we don't fight, and these are the reasons why. So one of the things is that my husband and I really share the same values. We don't always see the same, we don't see eye to eye on everything. We don't believe in all the same things. And sometimes we do have fun but heated debates about different topics. But fundamentally, we have the same values. We really value family and peace and health and, having healthy, happy children and focusing a lot of our attention, keeping out drama. There were a few things so my husband asked me some really serious questions on our 4th date. And some of those we did not meet eye to eye, but fundamentally we had the same beliefs, the same core values, and that seems to just get stronger and stronger as our marriage progresses. So that's something that I really see is a strength in a relationship, and it's something that I really think needs to be established at the start of the relationship, the start of dating, before you actually decide to commit to someone. Because if you fundamentally say one person wants kids and the other person doesn't, but they stay together because they're in love or whatever it is, that can really be detrimental to a marriage long term. I think another one I've really observed is we play our opposite roles, and whether you want to call this feminine, masculine, male, female, whatever you want to call it. My husband is the male and he's masculine, and I'm the female and I'm feminine, and I'm not trying to be the man. I have masculine traits. I've actually got quite a few very strong masculine traits, but at the end of the day, I am not trying to be a man, and my husband is not trying to be a woman, and I'm not trying to be super masculine, and he's not trying to be really feminine. And in saying that, it doesn't really matter if you're a male, a female, feminine, masculine. It's more about not both being the same and not trying to fight each other for those roles for even if it's 2 women, working out who has the more feminine essence and who has the more masculine essence. And in a gay couple, the same thing. It's more about not working out who enjoys the feminine aspects and who enjoys the masculine aspects, and not trying to be both at the same time. It can be called polarity, and in this way, opposites do attract. Okay, and so they say one of the biggest arguments fights that couples have, especially married people, is about money. And what I have seen in relationships that even if they're still together, feel like they're failing in a lot of aspects is because the woman is taking over the finances and in control of everything. And then long term, this can be really detrimental because it allows the male to just sit back, and they start to sit back a lot, and to the point where I have seen in quite a few relationships, not just one, with clients, family, friends, is that the male ends up becoming really sick and really taking a back step in life, and it's like they don't have a sense of purpose and drive anymore. And so that's something that I really pay attention to in my relationship, that I'm not taking over in any way, and I'm giving my husband this space to really grow and evolve in our financial life. And so financial components in a marriage is such a huge topic, but that's the control aspect. When the woman controls the money, there are a lot of things that happen there, especially long term, that I've witnessed. From a female, me being female, and being a feminine female, I have observed in other women, a lot of moms and that sort of thing, they give too much to everyone, and they really have nothing left for their relationship. So they're giving to their children, giving to their family, their community, giving in their job, and there's nothing left for them. So then every aspect of your life, a woman's life, is just drained, and so she doesn't really have a lot left to give to a marriage. And so if you are married and you want to keep being married, that is something really to look at. I've heard quite a few stories and worked with people where they're just really depleted. And I guess another one along those lines is working towards goals that are really draining you, and not working like slowly towards these big goals. And so things like, for a lot of people, buying a house, and so both people are putting everything they can to do that at the expense of their health and especially their relationship. And so just really working out each day what the priority is. And if the marriage isn't the priority, then all the other things don't really matter. Also, like, there is time and place and circumstance for, when the children kind of come first and that sort of stuff, which is totally normal. But just discussing that and where you're at and what the other person needs from the relationship, and how each person is feeling within the relationship, and having a really open space and time together to say, hey, I'm needing more touch, I'm needing more talk, understanding those love languages of how a person feels loved is really important as well. That's in all relationships, but in a marriage, not actually being able to hear the other person's expressing love because you have different love languages is a huge game changer as well. So if someone's spending quality time with you, but you actually really love being affirmed, and someone saying how much they love you in order for you to actually feel love, it's really important that each person knows how to express that so the other person actually fully hears it. So as an example, if your husband likes to, end the night with watching some TV and that sort of thing, and he thinks you're spending quality time together, but that's not actually how you receive love and you feel loved, then that can create like tension and undernourishment in the relationship. So identifying that with each other. Okay, so if you're a woman and you are engaging with other women, there is this underlying psychology where women can, they don't all, but many of them try and bring each other down. And this is for the other person, especially if they're not married, help secure a mate. And so you have to be very careful with the relationships you have. And if someone is bringing drama into your life, it doesn't matter how much you love that person, you love spending time with them, it can be very detrimental to your marriage. It can also be detrimental. It can also be very detrimental, listen to this one, is if you share personal information about your relationship to other people. So, because this can come back to bite you later. So if you're going through something or with your partner and you share it with another family member, that family member or that friend is going to remember that for a very long time. And that's their new measurement of your partner. And so this can cause trouble long term because they'll be like, oh yeah, but your partner's blah, blah, blah. Even though you and your partner may have worked through that. So you need to be very, very careful of what information you share with who is in your life, what drama you shouldn't be allowing drama into your life, but what conversations and beliefs you allow into your life. Another one I've really been feeling into lately is that you don't have to be more or do more or have more. There's a really beautiful aspect of just being together, being with your family, not every day has to be full of things. Not every day has to be really romantic. I think it's looking back on your life and going, we just spent time together. We might not be doing the same thing, or maybe you've got kids and it's just spending some time together with you, your partner, and your kids. And like, instead of focusing on all the things you have to be, do, and have, it's really important to really be with the relationship now. Another thing that really struck me when I was having a conversation with a wedding photographer, and she was saying how she could really tell the couples that were going to make it after they got married. And that's because when she would sit down with them, the couple wasn't just planning a wedding, they were planning a marriage. And that's the number one thing, is like, it's not about the showy, flashy things you can do, the one in 365 days. It's the everyday stuff. And that someone could really already know on someone's wedding day whether they were going to make it or not, is because of that fact. So planning your marriage and planning your life together, and everything doesn't need to be complicated. Bringing life back to the simple things and just really enjoying each day is what I have seen in successful marriages and feel in my marriage as well. So happy Valentine's Day, lovers. I hope you have beautiful marriages, beautiful relationships, and I hope the whole world's relationships just get better and better.